I'm Chris.
I'm Adam.
I'm Topher.
Today is part 2 into our deep dive into modulation. So we're jumping right in. New gear day, anybody? I have some, but
Yeah.
did you guys get
What
anything?
you got?
Nothing exciting. I got
great intro.
I got an MXR bass DI, which I've had before, and I also got a TC Subbing Up Mini octave pedal, which I've also had before, but I traded for them again. So.
Somebody's building a bass rig.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Anybody else?
I got 4 kids. I'm not allowed to.
Okay.
I'm redoing things upstairs, so no.
Okay. Well, this is a boring intro.
Boring.
This episode's going to be short. We're going to jump right into our original riff challenge. Adam, you want to introduce us?
Yes. So, today's original riff challenge. What if Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine was hired to write the theme for the next James Bond movie?
And we will flip to see who goes first.
The honor's Topher.
I'm calling Tails. Yes. All right.
Boy.
Every time.
So just for the record,
It's a weighted pick.
me playing Tom Morello is the furthest we could possibly go from what I normally play. Like, I don't think you could get any further away from my comfort zone.
Yep. I don't know how to play Rage Against the Machine songs. I do own a Whammy, but it's broken.
I couldn't find my power supply for my multi-pedal to do this, so yeah.
I used a Boss SY1, but it didn't get the little sweepy stuff that they do in Rage.
Yeah. And at the very end of this, I also forgot to put in the James Bond chords. This is a pretty sparse.
So
I gotcha.
I never claimed this one was going to be good.
That's something.
I mean,
I think it was okay. I just don't want anyone to get upset with us.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I wasn't in key, let me tell you.
I tried my best to do the half-step chord change
Oh Lord.
thing,
I forgot about that.
That's what it is.
Was that just the background to Gangsta's Paradise? I'm pretty confident it was.
It was the background to Gangster's Paradise. If that was written for Jefferson Airplane, but it was synth guitar over the top of it.
I think
That was not good.
All right, thoughts?
dude. Adams felt more like Tom Morello and I definitely got that vibe for.
I agree.
Spyish.
I agree. I was entirely.
You know.
I'm gonna make an admission on in front of people on this podcast. I only know one Rage Against the Machine song. my entire Tom Morello knowledge is really from Audioslave. So, yeah.
It was a big thing when I was in high school.
I didn't know that he was in that. And wow.
I learned this 2 weeks ago, by the way. Audioslave is just Rage Against the Machine fronted by Chris Cornell.
Yeah. Oh.
You're breaking news.
You're gonna go home and listen to Audio Slave now.
Y'all just broke me, man.
I didn't know either. I was like, I feel dumb.
Yeah, because like it's right there.
Uh-huh. Wow. Watts. We're here to break the freaking news, man. Brand new.
Because like
brand new 20 years ago.
Because it's the same, but also like it's very different.
Mm-hmm. But it explains the weird, like the non-super harmonic guitar solos in the middle of like a Stone and I Am the Highway.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool.
Neat.
Things learned.
This show is really about education and learning things.
We're like the Reading Rainbow of guitar pedals.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Hey guys, we're jumping right into the topic, which is part 2 to last week's episode. We are continuing our discussion on modulation, so hope you enjoy. So, jumping right in then, I guess, to volume modulation. So we're switching out of phase modulation. All the phase modulation kind of is related. Okay. We're now talking about volume modulation.
Okay.
So this is an entirely different thing altogether. So that's where we're talking about tremolo. And when you say volume modulation, we mean I'm literally like making the volume go up and down.
Right.
Okay? There's not a lot on the sciencey side.
Okay.
What's the history side?
So I feel like tremolo is one of the more interesting historically because it is ancient, right? So as long as people have been making music, they have been modulating the volume of that music,
right.
Whether that's through a guitar pedal or through some like mechanical effect or just through their own voice.
Yeah.
Right. So it is an ancient modulation effect, much older than guitars. You can find, I've read you can find organs from like the 16th century that could mechanically do volume modulation. So tremolo from super old times. I don't know how true that is. I have sung personally in cathedrals with really old organs, and they definitely have volume modulation.
Yeah, fair enough.
So that part's cool. I can say I did my research.
Yeah.
I am no Josh Scott.
Yeah.
I'll run away.
No, that's good.
But the first standalone tremolo, I will say that the first standalone like in a box sort of a pedal was definitely from my understanding the De Armand tremolo control invented for keyboards. It was basically a little box with a handle that had volume and speed. Or speed and depth or whatever.
Do they make wind instruments now?
I don't know. They did make pickups for guitars. I used to have one that stuck in the sound hole. Like it was like vintage. It stuck in the sound hole of an acoustic.
Huh. Interesting.
But that was in the 40s.
Oh wow. Okay.
But the thing that people mostly associate the sound of like tremolo for guitar with is probably Fender amps from the 60s.
Country music and that old spaghetti western sound, like from the old western movies.
Literally just volume modulation. So it's volume up, volume down,
depth and wave. Yeah. Let's hear some.
Turn the volume
There you
up.
go.
Do you have different sine waves or just straight up tremolo?
I think just straight up and down. Triangle. But you've definitely heard this sound a lot. I was thinking Kill Bill.
I do have a question.
Uh-huh.
If tremolo is volume based, Why is it called a tremolo bar then? Because it's not messing with the volume.
Oh, do you want to take this?
I have.
I'll take this.
You're gonna take this?
I know this. I actually know.
It's stupid, but
It is dumb.
Okay.
It's literally okay. You're familiar with Leo Fender of Fender
Yes.
guitars? Okay.
Yes.
He was not a musician. He
Right.
didn't know the difference between tremolo and vibrato. And so guitar players forever have been referring to the tremolo bar, or what really should be called the vibrato bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, for years is the wrong thing.
Okay.
So it's not. It's not tremolo.
the funny thing that goes in tandem with that is a lot of old Fender amps have a section for vibrato on them,
and it's
and
tremolo.
it's a tremolo.
Yes.
Tremolo.
Yeah, he literally just didn't know.
That's fair.
But, I mean, to all fairness, most like guitar builders way back in the day were basically people who made furniture.
They're woodworkers.
And then we're like, oh, I can make guitars.
Yes. Well, we should say electric guitar players.
Fair.
Yeah. Because I don't think people were, before that, I don't think there were folks making guitars for classical Spanish guitarists that were. Yeah. That does bring us right into what's the difference between tremolo and vibrato. So tremolo modifies the volume.
right.
Vibrato modifies the pitch. This is where you come in. Because I think most people know the sound of a vibrato from like a belting opera singer.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think we need your best Pavarotti right
Best
now.
Pavarotti.
Yes. Yeah, scoot back.
Asshole.
Do it.
That is not very balanced.
It'll do. I think we got the idea.
I'll see you later.
I used to sing in choir when my vibrato was balanced.
Very good. I don't know what a balanced vibrato means.
Oh. Means you know how to hold the whammy bar and move it the same amount both ways.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. See, they never.
You mean the tremolo bar?
Oh. Okay. Anyway, so vibrato modifies pitch. That's pretty much all there is to it. You got a history?
Yeah. Basically, it's like a lot of chorus pedals that they've made at various times, or vibrato pedals, they put them in the same box sometimes. Basically, you just remove the dry signal and it becomes vibrato.
Yep.
Because you have like your clean and then you have your chorus. Then you just take the clean out and then all you have is this warbly thing.
Yep.
Which is vibrato. Vibrato is modulation pitch. I don't really have a whole lot on it. I don't know what the first. I didn't get a chance to look. I don't know what the first vibrato pedal was.
Me neither.
I don't think it is as old as some of the other ones.
No, I'm fairly certain engineers probably just figured out pretty quick, like, hey, just take out the clean channel, clean blend.
It is the like space ray gun sound thing though. Especially if you turn it up.
Whoa. That's cool.
I think David Bowie. I think David Bowie.
Yeah. That pedal almost gets the ring mod there for a second. It's like super severe. That's
full on ring
just
mod. had a good chorus vibe pedal, like not saying this isn't, but if you had like a real fancy one, you could have an expression controller, like a pedal or a side pedal that goes into it, and you could control that. So you could make it go into full-on ring mod or...
You said expression?
Expression.
Okay, yeah, because I've heard that term, and I still don't really...
So a lot of times expression, when they say expression pedal, really, like, it functions like it's a treadle, like a volume or a wah, but they just have an expression pedal control, which is just controlling the function of another pedal, a lot of times through like control voltage.
So itself isn't doing anything until you plug it into something else.
Okay.
So and then it's just whatever makes that, like whatever controls it sets.
Okay.
So sometimes one of the big things for rotary, for example, is it'll control how fast the speaker spins. So like you can, it's the rate control. As you push it up, the rate goes faster. As you pull it back, the rate goes down.
Okay.
Because it's an expression controller, because it's not really anything, it can be set to different parameters on different pedals.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's all I had for vibrato. The next thing I had is pitch shift, which is boring.
So pitch shift is weird, right? Because like a lot of people, when you say like octave, they have different ideas of that.
Yes.
We are not talking about octave fuzz pedals today, because that functions completely differently. That is a...
So, do you want me to go and explain how short time Fourier transforms work, and we can talk about the mathematics behind all that?
No.
Thank you.
I don't know what he just said.
I read a lot of Wikipedia articles today on math I didn't quite understand.
Nothing better than watching a podcast where someone explains math they don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how this works, but I'm going to tell you how it works.
Yep.
So pitch shifting, honestly, like octave pedals have been around for a long time. Not forever, but a long time. Think of like electroharmonics, pogs. Those are probably like super old as far as things go, and that's one of my favorites. Things that people might like relate to. Think about like Whammy pedal. That's like Rage Against the Machine when you hear the wah wah Whammy. Boss PS6. Those are all famous examples. Earliest thing that I could think of was a Maestro OB1. They made them back in the 70s. This is non-fuzz based octave pedals, like we'd said. Basically, you're taking your pitch and you're doubling it or halving it, and so you're taking it down an octave or up an octave. That is an octave version, and then some pitch shifters since then. Now we can do fifths, thirds, fourths, all the different intervals.
Oh, I barely ever play with this. Oh Jesus! That's not what
you can't play
I'm not
chords,
do
brother.
I'm not gonna do that with this.
Yeah. Is that pitch or vibrato? Well, there it goes. It's perfect. It's like a steel pan.
It's so hard to like focus on playing, but while it's changing,
it's a broken pan.
So weird.
Folks, this is what nightmares are made of. Right at home with the paper heart, I think.
Huh?
So this is the one I use. This is the one I use regularly for us.
Not too good.
Yeah.
I'm not the guitarist for that band. Let me put this out there. I do not consider myself a guitarist. It should be obvious by the fact that they have to teach me everything. I am a rhythm guitarist at best, but I am a vocalist at heart.
You're a good guitarist. Don't sell yourself short. All right, so since we're talking about pitch, I guess that means we can talk about whammy, but I can't really demonstrate that right now, or we can't.
I mean, whammy is basically just a pitch that's where you're taking the pitch and adjusting it on the fly with a wah style pedal.
Wait, so
my whammy is currently broken, so we are not going to. It works except that the actual on off switch got hit too hard. So now it doesn't turn on and off.
So literally, whammy is just instead of a knob, it would just be.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, that's all whammy is.
So when you hear, think Rage Against the Machine, where there's like wow,
yeah, that's
that's a whammy.
That's what I generally associate it with.
That is taking a pitch and sweeping it really hard.
And Gojira is the other one I think about. But
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. So that's all I had on my list. Did you have anything else?
Yeah, well, no, I guess not. I didn't know if we were talking about wah pedals or not, because it's not. That's true. It's not an automatic modulation.
You're right.
It's not pitch and it's not volume. It is a frequency modulation.
Question. So, distortion is not considered modulation, right?
No.
See, you guys said that modulation was anything that changes the sound of it.
So yeah, that. Maybe that definition isn't great.
As I say, that's what confused me, because I knew it. I thought they were different.
It's usually, honestly, I'm stretching it by saying wah, because it's honestly, most people usually say it's pitch and volume.
Yeah.
Is modulation.
Well, phase,
which is
most of them. Yeah.
Sort of
pitch.
Those things.
Yeah. But I guess you could call wah phase if you really want.
Yeah. It is basically a mid-range frequency filter.
I don't know that I have a better definition of modulation for you right now.
I think I kind of get it. It's just
so distortion is a change in gain structure.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think of distortion as changing the sound. I know it is. Like it obviously is, but it's more it's a change in gain structure. You're right.
And it's loudness and gain.
So reverb doesn't count too, because it's not. It's more atmosphere.
At least in the terms of guitar players, we would call those time-based effects. So
okay.
Yeah. So reverb, delay, mostly reverb and delay. Technically, you could put shimverb under modulation, or they might call it modulated reverb.
It's reverb with modulation.
Reverb with modulation.
So the idea. It doesn't matter, but like the idea of shimverb is really like they took the reverb and delay, and within a loop of it, they added a pitch shifter.
Yes,
only to how that came about.
Only to the affected signal, not to the unaffected signal.
So that way, your dry signal sounds like your guitar, and your reverb, the pitch when it hits the reverb, the trails actually go through an octave pedal,
right?
Either up or down.
Yep,
that's where that came from.
Okay, that helps things.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like I knew they weren't modulation, but I just didn't know why. Like I didn't know what the separation was.
Some of it is technical, and some of it is guitar players like being guitar players, like where we keep things like separated and use our own terminology for our own purposes. You know what I mean?
We've all seen Pedal Boards of Doom. We know how people just argue over what is what.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't. I don't want to.
It's stay off the internet.
Yes, sir.
All right.
One more question. Synth Effect.
So synth is.
That's
wow.
A lot of the times, if you talk synth effect and you're talking like if you mean like an electro-harmonics like Synth 9 or a Boss like SY1 or SY200 or like one of those synth pedals.
It's an emulator.
Yeah, and it's honestly it's a digital emulator, and it's affecting your pitch.
Mm-hmm.
So it's doing octaves of some sort or extra beyond that, and then it's also affecting
gain,
modulation of pitch, and frequency sweeps. It's doing a bunch of stuff at once.
It's literally just trying to make the sound of an older synthesizer, which in itself is already something, an oscillated tone like a sine wave or a square wave or a triangle wave, and then that itself has been modulated. So synth is kind of its own thing that is consisted of multiple things. That's not a very good.
So
yeah,
it is, but it is not. It is its own thing that consists of the various categories. Okay.
Yeah,
it's lots of combinations of things to make it sound like specifically like something else.
What a vague definition. I love it.
I mean, but
really, I get it.
I might cut that part out.
I mean, I get it. Like,
you think about it, like really, like guitar players, right? Ever since we decided guitar pedals and effects were a thing, right? Since like the 40s, 50s, 60s, like we've been like, how do we make the guitar sound like not the guitar? How do we make it sound like anything else?
Keep in mind
that is really the idea of modulation, distortion, all that stuff.
The first fuzz pedal was supposed to. What was it supposed to emulate? Was it a trumpet? They called it a trumpet emulator or something like that. Violin.
The first. So the wah pedal. The first wah was the Vox, which was they called it the Clyde McCoy wah, and Clyde McCoy was a trumpet player. Because they're like, oh, this makes your guitar sound like a trumpet. Just not at all. No, the first distortion or fuzz pedal, honestly, was a broken channel of a mixer in the studio that they played the bass through.
Yes.
And they, after the fact, it was like, oh, we like it. Let's just keep it.
Yeah, it was on a country tune, yeah. No, I meant the first, manufactured pedal.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought they tried to market it as, an emulator.
Yeah, that was the wah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Huh.
Clyde McCoy, Vox Wah.
Nice.
Hope you all enjoyed the second part to the modulation episode. We have a very special musical guest this week, and I'm just going to let her introduce herself. Here we go.
My name is Amara Gilraine. I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'm playing a PRS parlor-sized acoustic guitar today, and I'm just recording this on a Sony camera. This song is called Slow Bleed. Singing, baby, this is gonna be our year. Now it's ending in the same sky, spinning, pointing fingers through the tears, calling out the things we hate about each other, fading from we can fix this to why even bother. It's been a slow bleed. It's been a slow bleed. You come from a long line of liars. I come from a bloodline of thieves. The whole world knows we shouldn't be together, mixing like embers and gasoline. A subtle coming apart at the corners, until the thread catches at the seam. Before you can reach to stop it, the whole cloth is unraveling. Sugar shaking like a leaf, standing here in the kitchen. This ain't the end we were envisioning. It ain't for lack of trying. We tried everything. In the end we couldn't patch it, couldn't stop the hemorrhaging. It's been a slow bleed. It's been a slow bleed.
So that's it, everybody, for Woodwire and Watts. We are all tired because this is going to be Christmas break for us finally. So I'm just going to sign us off. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, tune up.
Crank the volume.
Let it rip.